Guys, I'm Faith. Welcome to my channel. So I am a week out from chemotherapy number 3. And as I did for you before with chemotherapy number 1 and number 2, I'm going to go over my side effects day by day. They say that the side effects of chemotherapy are cumulative, and I'm definitely already noticing that because of it hit me harder this time. Let me start with talking about the arm because I talked about that in my last 2 videos. So I don't have a port. I am still getting the chemotherapy directly in my veins. And the first chemotherapy they put in my hand, and that caused me to get phlebitis, which was inflammation of my vein and a lot of pain in my arm. So for chemotherapy number 2, I told the nurse what had happened, and then she used the big vein in the crook of my arm, and then I had no problems. So now when I went to chemotherapy number 3, I told the nurse what had happened at chemotherapy number 1 and 2, and I asked her to use the big vein in the crook of my arm. And she said that she doesn't like using that vein. I don't know, she doesn't like it. She wanted to compromise with me and go in between. So I will show you a picture right now. This is where I am getting the red devil. And as you can see, they did the IV kind of in the middle of my forearm. And that also seems to have worked well. I'm a week out, and even though I've had lots of aches and pains this time, I haven't noticed anything particular to that vein or that arm or that spot where they put the IV. So it seems like that worked out okay. So day 1, I was fine. As I mentioned in previous videos, they put steroids in my IV, and then on days 2 and 3, I take a high dose of steroids, 12 milligrams of dexamethasone. So what I've noticed is that I think that the steroids kind of mask a lot of the symptoms and artificially boost my energy. Because of the first few days, I always feel fine. And the problem is that I also have bad insomnia. I don't get a lot of sleep those first few days. I'm literally up till 3 in the morning, tossing and turning. And then when the steroids crash, I'm also behind on sleep. So it's like a double crash. So I did mention this to the doctor, and they basically said that, to try taking melatonin, Benadryl. That didn't help me. I guess it's just part of the deal. Day 3 is when the pain started, and it was pretty brutal. I was just aching all over my body. Arms and legs were just aching and cramping. Like I just kept getting Charlie horses in my legs and my arms, and just an overall dull ache everywhere. So that was not fun at all. I did take Tylenol, and that did seem to help with that. Day 4, the stingy mouth started. The stingy mouth lasted days 4, 5, and 6. 3 days of my mouth burning and stinging. And I did try the biotin mouthwash, and that helped, but very temporarily. So I would swish it through my mouth, and then my mouth would feel better for maybe a half an hour before it started stinging and burning again. And for those days, I really couldn't taste anything. The body aches got better as the days went on, but continued from days 3, 4, 5, and even 6. I still had the body aches, the crampy legs, and I was taking a lot of Tylenol to keep myself comfortable. The fatigue was a big one, days 3 through 6. I had no energy, basically was struggling to get off the couch. And as most of you know, I have a 15-month-old son, and he is a very high energy toddler. So basically, if I sit down on the couch for 1 second, he is suddenly naked on top of the refrigerator. It's very hard to keep up with him, so I did have to have my mother here helping, and my husband took a day off of work to help because there were a few days that it was a lot of effort just to get out of bed and go to the bathroom. So I did my best to take care of my son in between the naps, but I did need some help. So if you're going through this and you have a young child that you're taking care of, please make sure that you have your support team ready to help you, because there's going to be days that you're going to need it. We're up to day 7, and I am feeling a lot better, but not 100%. I still don't have my full energy back, but I am doing much better than I was. The thing I wanted to mention is that my hair is definitely thinning. I'm still managing to wear my hair I don't think it's gonna last much longer than another treatment before I have to buzz it. I'll show right now a comparison of my hair before and my hair now. Because of my hair is so thick, it might be hard to tell. And then I'll do a close-up so you could see some of the balding spots that I'm covering with this little puff. The other change this time, which I mentioned in my last video, is that I am now neutropenic. I will show you the chart from my hospital that shows how even after just 2 chemotherapy sessions, my absolute neutrophil count is now 0.7. So that means that I do have to be very careful about not catching infections because my immune system is very low. The neutrophils are the infection fighting cells, and since I am deficient on those, if I catch an infection, I could be susceptible to becoming very ill. So that's basically my update. And if you've been watching my previous videos, you know that every time I get through a week of chemo, I treat myself. And I recommend that you all do the same because it is so important to reward yourself. This is hard. This is mentally and physically draining, and we all deserve to have something to look forward to. So make sure to treat yourself within your budget, whatever it is your heart desires, whether it be a new outfit, a new gadget, a fancy meal. This time I treated myself to something a little different. So as most of you know, I am also a writer. I am aspiring to be a published author. I have written several novels. They are young adult novels, and I worked very hard on them, and I am very proud of them. But it is so hard to get a publishing deal, and I have yet to get there, but I will one day. So what I decided to treat myself with this time is to pay for beta readers to read my novel. So what that means is on Fiverr, I found out that there are people that offer this service to be your beta reader, which means kind of like a test reader. So they read the entire novel and then they give you a report letting you know what they thought of it. So as a writer, I am always looking to grow and improve and make my novel the best that it possibly can be, so that way one day I can achieve my dream. I really want to take this opportunity to treat myself to these beta readers so that way I can find out what people really think about my novel. Because yes, I belong to a critique group and I've gotten their opinion, and I have had friends and family read it and I've gotten their opinion, but these are people that do not know me in person whatsoever. They have no reason to sugarcoat anything and be anything but 100% upfront and honest with me, and I'm paying them for it. So I know they have to read the entire thing from beginning to end, because otherwise I'll demand a refund if they don't give me a detailed enough report. So I'm really excited to see what they say. So I decided to hire 2 beta readers from Fiverr. One is an 18-year-old girl, which I thought was perfect because she is my target audience. I don't really know anybody in my target audience to ask to read my book. And again, I feel like if you ask somebody you know, then they might not want to hurt your feelings. The other person that I hired is somebody that's an older person, probably in her 30s, I'm guessing. She says she's been reading YA for 20 years, but she says that she's very well versed in YA literature and she's been reading YA for many years. The reason I decided to hire 2 people is because why not? I'm treating myself. And also because I kind of want to compare and contrast, because this is a very subjective business. So I'm just curious to see that if they point out things that they feel that I need to improve upon, or things that they really loved, if they're in agreement, or if they each have different opinions. Really excited to see what they say and to just keep improving my craft and make my novel the absolute best it can be, because one day you guys are going to see me on that New York Times bestselling list, because I will not quit. I have no quit in me. I will keep working and working and working and making my novels better and improving my writing and doing what I have to do to get there, because I have been on this journey trying to become a published writer for many years now, and each novel I write gets better and better, and I am not giving up until I meet my goal, because it means so much to me. I really want my words out there for the world, because I try to portray positive messages in my book, and also I just love to entertain people, and I just think that my books are going to be fun for people to read, and I really want them out there in the world for people to enjoy. Thank you for watching. I appreciate all of you. If you're not subscribing already, please hit that subscribe button, because you're going to follow me on my journey, and I'm going to kick cancer's ass, and then I'm going to become a best-selling author. Cancer cannot stop me. I've been suffering for the past week. It sucked. I had aches, I had pains, I was tired, I couldn't function. But today I'm feeling a bit better and I'm right back at it. I'm making videos, I'm gonna write a little bit later, I'm gonna cook dinner for my husband and my son and enjoy some family time, and I will catch up with you guys later. Bye bye.